My name is Kelly. I became an animal liberation activist in 2017, February 2017. I was travelling, at the time I discovered Anonymous for the Voiceless and realised that my passion was fighting for animals. So I came back to Australia, I got involved in Anonymous for the Voiceless and became an organiser for the Melbourne chapter a couple of months later.
My name's Angela. I became an activist in August 2016, and that was after a few years of eating a vegan diet, but I kind of felt sick of not doing anything for the animals, not speaking up for the animals, and just, I guess, being okay with everyone else's decisions to eat animal products when I knew that it was harming the animals and the environment, and it was really destructive, so I wanted to make a difference in the community, I guess.
Alright, what is Anonymous for the Voiceless and what do you do?
Anonymous for the Voiceless are a global animal rights organisation. We hold weekly Cube of Truth demonstrations in over 500 cities worldwide. Basically, the Cube of Truth is an art demonstration where we form a cube with humans holding screens and holding signs that display local footage from factory farms and slaughterhouses. The reason we do this is so that we are able to bring the truth to the public and help them realise that the food that they buy neatly packaged at the supermarket came from somebody who did not want to die.
In your words, why is it important to consider the food we are eating and the impact it has on the environment?
If we want our generations to have a planet to live on, I think it's really important that we look into what we're doing to the planet right now with animal agriculture.
Especially since, I guess, the food that we're eating is the one thing that we can control every day. There are a lot of issues in the world that we don't necessarily have direct control over, but the dollar that we spend on our food, that has an impact directly on the environment and the planet and the animal agriculture. So just by changing the dollar and the way we spend our dollar and voting for a better product, then that's something that we can all have power over.
Definitely. Okay. So why do you think the government is supportive of the meat, dairy and egg industries? And if the government is aware of these damages, why aren't they acting on it?
It all comes down to greed and money at the end of the day. I believe that the government needs to control society, and the best way to control society is with fear and with their help. So if they're supporting and funding an industry that makes us physically sick, then they are also receiving money from us through pharmaceuticals and through hospitals and doctors.
Yeah, and adding on that, like with councils and stuff, I think that in recent years it has been brought to the government's attention, I guess, the destructive effect of these industries and how bad they are, whereas in the previous years it was really all about the money. They never really were introduced to the issues. They never had them on there, like they never really got to look at them in full detail. So now, like nowadays, the more they learn about the issues and stuff like that, they have to, I guess, make a difference and do things. So councils and stuff like that, they're providing more vegan options, catering and things like that, and the government will eventually have to do it. It's all about the people. We need people to be the change because the government acts on the people. That's their job. So we need more people to stop, like, not be in support of this, and then the government will have to make a difference as well.
Yeah, definitely. Great. Okay. If we don't change into a vegan world, what do you think the future of the environment would look like?
Oh my God, do you want to go this one first?
Global warming, I feel like the future of the environment, there really won't be that much of a future, I guess, for people. Like, there are lots of studies that talk about the world ending and things like that, and that has a lot to do, I guess, with the environment. So the ocean's heating up, global warming, like so the ice melting, so animals getting extinct because of that, they're losing their natural habitats. Eventually that'll affect humans, our health, the air that we breathe, things like that. So there really won't be much of a natural environment the way that we can see it now. It won't be very green at all, and I think that'll impact our health and I guess our well-being because we need nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think people forget that there is a balance when it comes to the planet. And as it stands, we're currently going through the 6th mass extinction.
Wow.
And if we keep messing with our environment, I mean, by 2050 we're going to have dead oceans, and the oceans are our planet's lungs. So without the ocean, we cease to exist. So if we want a future for ourselves, then we need to take care of our environment. And the only way to take care of our environment is to plan for the future, to foresee the issues that are going to arise because of our current lifestyle, educate society and make those positive changes.
Absolutely. Oh, this isn't part of the questions, but like when I talk about it to people, like a lot of people don't seem to care at all. Like they say it's not my problem, so like why do I have to deal with it? Like what's your response to them? Because like surely enough, like if they choose to have children, then generations down, their children will suffer because of that.
That's right. So a great question to ask somebody when they say they don't care is just come back to them and say, when did you stop caring? Because they weren't born an uncaring person.
Yeah.
They have obviously cared about different issues throughout their life, and it's just gotten to a point where they've stopped caring. We want to find out why and when, and address that issue rather than the issue of them turning a blind eye. As you said, another thing to bring up with them is, do you intend on having a family? If you intend on having a family, do you want your family to have a world to grow up in and to live in, so that they can also have a family?
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe because they don't see it yet, then it's like it's blind. Like they don't. If they don't see it, they don't see it as their problem.
Exactly.
There's another thing. Yeah, unless they choose to watch like footage and things like that. Okay. Do you currently see a rapid enough change of people converting to veganism to combat the negative effects we have created on the earth? And are we able to redeem ourselves and overcome the damages we've caused?
The world is changing, and it's changing fast. Veganism and animal rights is the fastest growing social justice movement. And you see it every single year with the percentages rising for vegan products and the demand in vegan products and people who are changing their lifestyles to a plant-based lifestyle. It's happening, and you can see it in the statistics. Is it happening fast enough? I have absolutely no idea. I cannot answer that. But it is definitely changing really fast.
At the moment, I think like there are not enough people making the changes to actually combat the negative effects. If the rate of the people going vegan and making those changes continues at the same rate or even a faster rate, then that's when we will be able to start making a real difference.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed like a few days ago there was like new vegan options at Grilled, like 2 new burgers. I'm like,
vegan
that's
options are
great.
popping up everywhere.
Did you know?
And Coles is stocking nutritional yeast now. They're
Oh,
stocking
really?
Brags and their own brand.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's like
exactly.
small changes
So
that.
it's getting bigger every single year. So hopefully that means like people will make changes even faster.
Yeah, definitely. And okay. So what do you think needs to happen right now to prepare for a better future?
We need more people to be educated and to be given that support so they feel encouraged and motivated to go vegan, make the perfect change, and to make it into like a lifestyle rather than that. It's not seen as like a unapproachable kind of thing. It's kind of like it's so doable, especially in today's society. And we all people don't realize how empowered we are. We all can make a huge difference. So we need more people to realize that and to be given that support.
Yeah, I think society forgets that they're the ones that create change. And if you just look throughout history, it's society that created change. We have the power more so than the government. They create the laws to control us and to keep things kind of in balance to their level of balance.
Yeah.
But if we see an injustice within the world, we're the ones that need to stand up, be a voice for that injustice and to change it. I think there also needs to be a lot of support. There needs to be an acknowledgement, first of all, that the world is changing, an acknowledgement from the people in power and from the government. Once we have that acknowledgement, then there needs to be support out there for those who are currently working in the animal ag and factory farming industry to help them make the transition to a new lifestyle or to a plant-based lifestyle within their daily work.
Yeah, because right now it's about like the jobs and not the life of the animal that's
right.
priority when
That's
it
right.
shouldn't be that way. you know?
Exactly. So we need to acknowledge that what we're doing is not sustainable for any of us, whether it's for the farmers or whether it's for society, whether it's for our health, whether it's for the future of our planet and our future generations. It's not sustainable. So we need to acknowledge that. We need to acknowledge that we need to make those changes so that we do have a planet for the future. And then we need to support those that are going to be the ones that really push and drive that change. Because without farmers, we're screwed.
Alright, you just press it again. Perfect, great. Okay. What can people do right now as their first steps to becoming vegan?
They can sign up to Challenge 22. Taking that 22-day challenge is an incredible incredible support to any new vegans. I think a lot of people, I personally was held back from going vegan because of social pressures. I thought I was going to be annoying to my friends and family. I thought it was going to be the odd one out. I thought I was going to cause an issue or an annoyance for people. So I think for me, if I had that support, that 22-day support, somebody I can reach out to, or a group of people I can reach out to who are all going through the same thing, who can offer me advice on how to handle certain situations, I think that would be really beneficial. And it just starts with trying a different milk, picking up a vegan cheese. Instead of having, cow's flesh steak, you have a mushroom steak, or you learn how to create seitan, which is apparently really easy. I've never done it because I'm a terrible cook, but it's apparently easy.
And also, I guess, making the effort to watch documentaries, be educated, so that you won't be like succumbing to peer pressure. Like, you'll know that what you're doing is right inside. And when people question you, you'll be able to respond with an answer that they can't question. And that's how other people see you as an example. And when they see that, you're like a normal person, you're not some like strange person who's like not eating anything. You're
Not
eating,
deficient.
Exactly. Once they see you're healthy, you're happy, and you know your stuff, then that's when they're more likely to change their own lifestyle. And that's how we can create that ripple effect to get more people to go vegan as well.
Yeah. Also, when I became vegan, it was like super tough on my family because like we have a Greek meat eating background.
Yeah.
Like, how do you approach like your family to
Definitely,
understand?
family is one of the hardest things for me. So when I went vegan, my family went to, because I think so, especially my parents and stuff, they care about you and they want you to be healthy. And a lot of people don't believe that being vegan is healthy or is the best thing. They might find it annoying that you won't be able to eat the foods that they cook and things like that. But showing, like, I guess it might be hard at first, but it's really not. Like, it's so worth it. Being the example, like showing you are healthy, showing them documentaries, educating them on why you're vegan, and trying to get them to understand your reasons. That's things that they can't question if they're facts. And then eventually they are likely to make change if they see that the food that you're eating is delicious. You're so happy with what you're doing. You know your stuff. If you are confident, then there's nothing that you can really say to put you down.
Totally.
Can I just throw in there? I mean, living a vegan lifestyle is living a compassionate lifestyle, a lifestyle of justice, and I think it's really important to mention to your family that they raised you in a way to live a compassionate lifestyle and to think about others and to think about the suffering that you may cause on other people. So, if anything, you are now just living more in line with the values that they taught you.
I didn't even think about it.
And when it comes down to traditions and cultures, it's doing your own research, learning how to make traditional recipes veganized, and then introducing it to them and saying, see, look, nothing's changing. We're just not hurting animals anymore. We're not hurting the environment anymore, and we're not hurting our health anymore.
Yeah. All right. That's great. Thank you so much.